Hey guys, it's Jakey Crafty. Welcome to another week of Tuesdays in the Attic, where I am playing with Dusty Attic, an awesome company out of Australia. Yes, out of Australia that creates chipboards, stencils, lots of fun embellishments for your scrapbook pages. I believe some metal things. Really awesome. But they also have crazy design team members who are just amazingly talented, and they do sketches every week. So I decided to go back from the beginning, from when they started putting out their sketches in 2019, and play with their sketches weekly because they had a weekly sketch. So Dusty Attic has sketches. We are on week 28, and this is the sketch. Or you should have seen the sketch actually in the beginning, and I will have it up in the corner as we go along. But I'm going to play with Vicki Boutin Storyteller. Now, last year I bought just a small amount of this. I got a small kit from the scrap room, and then I grabbed whatever I could off the Scrapping Reflections website. I don't know why I haven't played with this yet. It is gorgeous. I'm glad I broke it out, so I'm going to continue to play with it, I think. But yeah, I have these two photos of us when we had a picnic. An outdoor picnic last year one time with my sister and her daughter. It was just fun. So it was something to remember, a break from all the craziness. And yeah, so let's get started. So right now I'm just shuffling through all the papers because I have only done one layout with this collection prior to this. So I really hadn't gotten a good look at all the papers. So I'm shuffling through and just picking out what papers I want for each of the layers. Now, there's a couple things I noticed about this sketch that I really, really liked, and I wanted to make sure I did. One, honestly, I think every time that I see these sketches, I think they have a border around them just because they have a bold line around them, so they stand out on the post that they make. So they're not necessarily bordered, but I like to border my pages. There's something about having that darker or just like definitely a set border to keep things contained. I've only made very few pages with white backgrounds that just go into oblivion, and to me it just looks like things could fall off the page. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to border the page. That's one thing I know I'm gonna do. And then another thing is that main horizontal layer there looks like it's pattern paper and then framed with another pattern paper. So at first I had grabbed a white sheet to like mimic that framing, but then after I decide I'm gonna gut the purple paper and then mat my lined paper with it, I decided, no, I'm gonna do another gut and create an actual frame. And I like the effect it gives. Mine didn't turn out with as much of like a white border in between that main paper and the frame around it, but there's enough of one that you can see that that's what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead, gutting this purple paper. And I forgot to, like, one of the reasons I really liked this collection last year is because of all the purples. There's not a lot of purples in scrapbooking at all, and the purples in this are just stunning, and there's actually quite a bit of it, and I love purple. And you just don't see that much purple, and it's kind of sad. So, and a lot of times too, I've noticed, like, every once in a while, American Crafts will put out a collection, they'll have a purple in it, but they have like one purple paper, but the purple's not in any of the other patterns or anything. So it's like, it's in the same tone and everything, but it doesn't really, they just stick it in there to make people happy, which is, I don't like. Whereas this, like, there's purple in everything. Like, a lot of things have purple in it. So, super happy about that. So I gutted that, and then now I'm taking this black print. I could have looked up, I guess, what all the names of these papers are and told you, but I'm not. So the black print is what I'm doing a frame of. So the frame ends up being 10.5 by 4.5, and I create like a 1/2 inch border by when I'm cutting. And so that purple piece that I cut out in the middle originally was 4 by 10, but then I took off about a 1/2 inch from the top and aside so that it would fit, and we'd have just this sliver of the background paper peeking through. So that's what I did. So you can play with those dimensions. I think if I did that again, I would maybe make my frame thinner and maybe only do like a 1/4 inch or like somewhere between 1/2 and a 1/4 inch, maybe even 2/3. That to me would be maybe a little bit better. I don't know. But I like the way that looks. And then I cut down that like corally piece of paper that is 5 by 3.5, I think is all I did. And then the blue, I don't remember what I did that one at, but it is, I think like 7 by 8, I believe. So it's a rectangle. So that way, someone had asked if I am cutting things down, if I could mention the size, because they have a hard time looking at sketches and deciding the size. And yeah, like I have no idea what the dimensions are. You can kind of guess by looking, okay, this is a 4x6 photo and this is how much it fits in there, you know, how many inches. And honestly though, like the whole point about sketches is just look to see how it looks to you. But those are the dimensions I cut my pieces at, and to me they look relatively similar to the sketch. I also then, my one photo I left 4x6 and the other one I ended up cutting 4x4.5 because I didn't want to cut too much more off. So that one, it's not quite, I think the one on the thing is 3x3. So mine's a little bit bigger, but that's okay because I feel like I left a better spot for my title. So now I'm going through a bunch of the ephemera and just kind of picking out things that I like and things I'm noticing. There's some things. The one thing about Vicki Boutin's collections is sometimes the ephemera is huge. There's just so much huge ephemera. So I'm using up some of the things that I don't think I would use maybe in other things, and they go really well with this page. Like that vase, it works perfect in that spot. I had fussy cut some of the butterflies out of one of the butterfly pattern paper, so I'm using a few of those, which I really enjoy. I used that bird, and then a couple tags. Our tickets are going up on the left hand side of the top photo, and then I'll just do my journaling. In the sketch they show journaling strips, but I just happen to do a striped paper, so I have lines, so I will do my journaling there on the left of my photos as well, which I'm going to do really quick. So after I popped up those butterfly wings and I got those things on, I'm going to journal, and then I'm going to just add a few things from the Puffy Alpha sheet as well as my title. I thought about just doing Let's Eat because that was our picnic, but I'm like, I have these thicker titles, like I should just use them. So I decided to use Happy Soul because this kind of stuff totally makes me happy. And then I'm going to grab a couple of the hearts off that page as well. And then I figured I needed something else. So I grabbed my Black Nuvo drops and I'm going to add a couple to my clusters. So that is what I got for you. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope it helps to have some of the measurements if you are wanting to play along with some of these sketches, and I really appreciate it all. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a good thumbs up. That would be awesome. Here's some close-ups, and we'll see you next time. Bye.